I want to get a sense as we reopen, well done on the numbers, as we reopen, are you seeing pent-up demand as we saw in London, as we saw in the UK, in a number of other markets? Is there a sense that pent-up demand is now coming to greet you as we go towards the end of the year?
Good morning and good to be back. I hope everyone is well. We definitely saw pent-up demand in a number of areas. I think when the malls came out of lockdown, there was a big rush towards the malls with everyone catching up with things that they needed to get at home. We saw a shift in consumer behavior when it came to our residential portfolio, with people now spending more time at home. They wanted larger apartments, units with balconies. Many people have upgraded from apartments to villas. Recently, the hospitality segment has been more skewed towards staycations. So a lot of the beach properties are doing well. So there's definitely pent-up demand. I mean, without any launches, we still managed to clear quite a bit of inventory. But the consumer is more sophisticated. He's looking for a specific product in a specific destination with the right attributes, whether it's price or payment plan. And if you hit that sweet spot, you can really start to push some sales.
Talal, your asset management business, that dropped 21% year on year in terms of the net operating income. You look to the second half of the year and you were describing some of the shifts you're seeing among consumers. I wonder whether you're already preparing perhaps for a scenario where there is a second wave and potentially another wider lockdown, not just in the region, but around the world. Are you making any plans for that? And would you say that you're prepared?
So everything is possible, Yusuf. But I think I'd want to start by commending, the way the UAE has handled the situation, both from a health perspective and from an economic perspective. All the fiscal measures, the government, and the amount of testing that we've done that's the highest per capita has been I think at the forefront of many other countries. The 21% reduction in asset management was primarily due to the closure. We had our malls and our hotels shut, due to the restrictions. We used our hotels for quarantine purposes. So that's the primary driver of the drop in the asset management portfolio. And we've started to see a sort of a steady increase over summer, which has typically been our slower period. So we are cautiously optimistic of the second half and what that may bring for us. We're going to continue to work hard, try to find new opportunities to create value. We are seeing opportunities. We are funded as a business to handle that. If lockdowns or restrictions, God forbid, need to happen again, we are better planned with our continuity plans to be able to handle that, whether from our schools or our malls, and to be able to adapt accordingly with the great workforce that we have.
Talal, you put aside 190 million to help support tenants, home buyers, etc. Are you going to extend that? Are you going to provide more relief to tenants, to home buyers? Can we expect another boost?
Definitely. Look, we constantly assess, and every sector is different. We came out before having the full assessment, but we were of the opinion that we needed to be there for our customers. We are a sustainable business, and we're really trying to push the bar when it comes to ESG. And it's very easy to have those, press releases out there. But then when the times come, businesses such as us, as market leaders, have to be out there and really do the right thing when it comes to the community, when it comes to our customers. We were there for them very early on. We're continuing to support them. The bank facilities, the payment plans, the rebates that we're offering them, yeah, they do take a little bit out of our profit margin. But as you've seen, you get closer to your customer, you understand them. That's your ability to then further drive profits, even in a very difficult, challenging macro environment. That's the ability of the business. But the diversification allows us to jump from one side to the other. And this quarter has really been about our development business, where we saw the growth, not only from our backlog of 6,500 units that are 84% sold, but also a lot of the work that we were doing that we've announced in the past for our government fee-based.
Talal, in terms of, if I can just flesh out a key point here on what is driving interest in some of your products. Pre-COVID, the Chinese investor base played a very important role. Now, with COVID, what are you seeing in terms of shifts? Who might be now more important a client that wasn't as important, perhaps, before the coronavirus crisis?
I mean, historically, we haven't seen a massive influx of international buyers to Abu Dhabi. It's been predominantly the domestic market, driven by the Emiratis, who are, very strong investor base of customers with an ability to really go out there, not only in terms of ready-made properties, but we've also recently started to see demand when it comes to land, either in land to build villas or commercial land, where we're starting to see third-party developers, and we're selling land across our various destinations for third-party developers. So we've seen a shift in those institutional investors possibly move away from maybe the equities and other markets back into real estate, because even in these markets, the yields that you can kind of get from there. I mean, our overall portfolio is still 88% leased across resi, commercial, and retail. So that gives the institutional investor also an opportunity to come out there and really look for different opportunities.
When we caught up with you before, we talked about opportunities outside the UAE. You'd mentioned Saudi Arabia and other markets. Look, you got to manage the business for growth. You're at 88% occupancy here in terms of that portfolio. Does Saudi still hold a beacon of hope as you look towards 2021? Where are we going to see you increase the footprint?
So for us, growth and sustainable growth is a key part of our strategy. And obviously with COVID, the right thing to do is to revalidate all of your plans. We remain very interested in what's happening over there. We remain extremely interested in what's happening in Egypt from a real estate market perspective. Those are key areas of growth. We're looking for the right opportunity and the right structure. We don't want to venture out into 5 or 7 countries all at once. We think with these businesses, it's very important to go in, understand the market, understand the fundamentals, understand the customer, and deliver the right product. So the strength of our balance sheet, how well funded we are, the strength of our brand is giving us the opportunity to make the right decision. So we're hoping in 2021 to venture out into those areas. There's also some sectors that we're underrepresented in, like warehouses, prop tech, that we're also very keen to invest in.